When a pebble kicks up on the highway and like cracks your windshield, your first instinct is usually just
Pure annoyance, right?
exactly. You think, well, it's a smudge, it's ugly, I'll deal with it later.
Yeah, it feels entirely cosmetic until you realize that little crack is actually uh, a massive blinking warning light indicating your car's structural integrity is compromised.
Which is wild. And welcome to today's deep dive, everyone. We are looking at some local Wilsonville, Oregon data to figure out why finding the right windshield replacement is, well, way more critical than just getting a clean view of the road.
It's definitely not just about visibility anymore.
I mean, I always thought of the windshield as just like a shield, it keeps the bugs and the rain out, but reading through these sources, it sounds more like a house.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you wouldn't just knock down a load-bearing wall to put in an open-concept kitchen without reinforcing the structure. But come on, how much actual weight is a sheet of glass pulling for a modern car?
It really is a load-bearing wall. So in a rollover accident, that windshield provides up to 30% of the vehicle's structural strength.
Wait, 30%? A piece of glass is holding up a 2-ton vehicle.
Yes. It is literally keeping the roof from crushing inward.
That is terrifying, honestly.
Right. And beyond the roof, it acts as the essential backstop for your passenger side airbag.
The backstop, how does that work?
Well, when that airbag deploys in a crash, it explodes outward.
Oh, and it hits the glass.
Exactly. It actually bounces off the inside of the windshield to cushion the passenger.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so if the glass isn't installed with absolute precision, the sheer force of the airbag can, blow the windshield completely out of the frame.
Meaning the passenger gets zero protection. So a cheap, badly sealed windshield completely undermines the car's primary safety restraints.
The structural integrity has to be flawless. There's absolutely no margin for error.
Okay, so if this piece of glass is under that much physical stress, holding the roof up and taking explosive airbag impacts, how is it also the mounting point for delicate electronics?
It's a huge engineering challenge, yeah.
It feels like slapping a fragile smartphone screen onto a battering ram. What happens to all the car's smart tech when you rip that glass out?
That tension is exactly what makes modern replacements so difficult. Automakers use the windshield as basically the eyes of your car's active safety features.
Right, like the cameras and stuff.
Yeah, the glass houses highly complex sensors for advanced driver assistance systems, or ADAS.
ADAS, like lane departure warnings and automatic braking.
Exactly.
But if the sensors are just attached to the glass, can't a shop just pop the old ones off and stick them on the new windshield?
Not if you want them to actually work. When new glass goes in, those ADAS systems have to be precisely recalibrated.
Recalibrated, like by a computer.
Right, because if the mounting angle is even a fraction of a degree off, the car's computer might brake too late or misjudge a lane boundary entirely.
Wow. So since we're demanding both structural flawlessness to hold the roof up and millimeter precise tech calibration for the sensors, what's the actual damage to the wallet here for a driver in Wilsonville?
So the data shows local costs generally range from about $200 to $800.
That's a pretty big gap.
It is. The wide gap depends heavily on your vehicle's features. A luxury vehicle packed with those advanced ADAS sensors will obviously hit the higher end.
Because of the highly specialized labor involved in recalibrating everything.
Exactly. And the non-negotiable factor here is finding a certified shop that uses OEM quality glass.
OEM, meaning original equipment manufacturer.
Right, meaning it matches the automaker's exact specifications. Can't compromise on that.
I noticed the Wilsonville source material actually points to a specific benchmark for this, a shop called Collision Auto Glass and Calibration.
Yeah, they're a great example.
They're based in Portland, but they service the Wilsonville area, and the source highlights them primarily because they handle both the structural OEM installation and that high-tech recalibration in-house.
Which is the crucial takeaway here. The data uses them to illustrate what a fully certified process looks like.
Right, so you aren't running around to two different shops.
Exactly. Because if a shop just, glues in a cheap pane of glass and skips the sensor alignment, you are driving a compromised vehicle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Windshield replacement is never a DIY job, and you really can't just hunt for the lowest bidder.
It's a massive investment in your vehicle's physical integrity and its technological safety net. It completely changes how you look at your car.
It really should. So the next time you sit behind the wheel, take a second to actually focus your eyes and look at the glass instead of just through it.
I know, I definitely will.
Consider all that invisible engineering, the precise sensors, and the structural strength sitting right there in front of your face, just quietly keeping you safe on the road.